Hello and welcome from wherever you are. You're joining me. It's the Tony McClelland Show. Critical reflections every single week right here with fabulous guests or, trending topics. So today there's one person that really caught my attention on LinkedIn. And I just had to have him here as a guest so that we could all find out a little bit more about him. And it's the one and only Karim Samani. So
thank you so much. I'm so happy to be with you today.
How are you? Good.
I am very well, thank you. How's things with you?
I'm fine, thank you. So it's an absolute pleasure to have you here. But before we get into it, let's just welcome anybody that's joining us now. Pop on, say hi, tell us where you're joining us from, and I'll make sure that you get a mention here today. So as you probably gathered, Karim, he's going to tell us all about himself, and he's only got 30 minutes to do that. But he's well-being and ergonomics. So hopefully we're going to find out a little bit about what he's doing, why it's so important, why we need to be interested in this, and how it's going to help us with our own health and well-being. So if you have any questions for him, get them in the chat. I'll make sure that I read them out, and we're going to put you on the hot chair for 30 minutes, Karim. Okay?
Ready for it.
Yeah, on the hot chair.
I do have one here.
Absolutely. So let's see who's joining us. We've got Sarah from Ohio. Lovely to have you back with us, Sarah. Just had a communication with you. How fantastic is that? We've got Melody from Massachusetts. Thank you so much, Melody. And we've got someone from your network, Sophia, who's from Stockport in the UK.
Yeah.
Let's say hi. We've got Trevor, who I also know is in the UK in Leeds.
Yes.
It's lovely sun out today. I know it's a little bit cold.
I know, it's been lovely. Absolutely amazing,
And we've got another one of your networks. We've got
Isabel
here coming on and saying hi. Who we've also got John.
Yes.
Outside of the UK as well. And we've got someone from Jerusalem.
Oh, amazing. Love it.
Much. And we have the wonderful Jeff Young, who is going to be in this hot chair very soon as well. Thank you so much for joining us. Really, really appreciate it. And we've got Tabs as well from north of England.
Yes.
So you've brought all the stars out today, obviously, Karim.
They are so lovely people. I'm so pleased to be connected with them on LinkedIn. Even those people, I've never met them, but they're so close to my heart because we interact with them every single day.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You obviously have brought the stars out. So before we get into it and before further ado, so let's just talk about the fact that I was expecting you to upstage me with your bow tie and everything today. Karim.
I wish I would have done it, but I was with a client doing the DSE assessment online and just literally jump into this call after that. So you know what? I'm really sorry, but next time I'll put the show on.
It's fine. I understand. You just wanted a day off. You wanted a day off.
I wanted a day off actually from a bow tie. Yes, yeah.
That's great. And the other thing I wanted to ask you, which I'm sure everybody else needs to know, this beard of yours is absolutely pristine.
Yes, do you know what it is? Because I don't grow any hair on my head, and I just thought I need something that it can be part of my personal brand. And I just thought a nice beard will be due. I mean, so you know what? I really maintain my beard. I do. I dye it with the different colors as well, depending the occasion I go to. Yes, yeah, I dye my beard, and I do it because I just want that presence of my face. So I just thought, right, how people can remember. And you know what? 90% of the time, people remember me, my personality, too, because I'm an extrovert. Right, I talk to people, and you know what? Most people remember me from my beard and from my personality, and I just thought, right, okay, that's my personal brand. This is how people know
Absolutely,
me.
and it's so important to have a personal brand. I think mine is my Tony's fairy dust that I give that out. Everybody remembers that. Everybody remembers I'm a critical friend with the fairy dust. So there's the serious bit, and then there's the lighter bit too. You know, so
Yeah,
and quite often, I mean, one of the things, I know that we've digressed a little bit, but one of the things is that people actually buy from you.
absolutely.
Somebody said to me the other day, you know, you sell your service. And I said, let me correct you. I'm not selling my services. I'm selling
Yes,
me. I'm selling
yes,
my reputation. I'm selling my credibility. I'm
yeah,
selling my, you know, all of these things. I'm selling me, my brand. So
yeah,
I absolutely love it, Karim. A couple more
yes.
people want to say hi. First of all,
Oh,
we've got
hello.
Tabs that say in there that you still have the swagger.
Thanks, Tab.
Yeah, you have the swagger.
Yeah.
Okay, and we've also got Marcia who's joined us from the US as well.
Hi,
So
Marcia.
talking about the swagger, Karim, I know you Tab said you've still got the swagger, but I want to know if you still got the voice, because I remember that it wasn't so long ago that you put a little video out
Oh,
about your
yeah.
economics and your chairs.
Was it
And
like that? You want a proper fix? Call me. You want a new chair? Call me. You got a
okay,
pet poster? Call me. It was, I think, what it was. I was watching Dragon Den, and I saw Tuka. He was falling, and Sarah Davis. She was saying, "All right, make sure you don't have a bad back or something like this." And I just thought, when I heard the word bad back, because that's a business we are into, because we help people with ergonomics, and I just thought, how can I add some fun into that bit? And that's what I created the whole thing myself. And you think, when I think about the content, I'm a natural content creator, right? I don't overthink the content, I just create it.
absolutely. And you know what? I think it would be fantastic if that was on your banner and that was even your 30-second intro video, because it says everything. It's still
Yeah.
that song is still ringing in my mind that if you want a chair, call me. If you
Yes,
got a bad back,
call me. Because that's what we do. But I just thought, you know what, ergonomics is a very dry subject. It is, I understand that. And I just thought, if I can't make it fun, how people going to connect with me?
absolutely.
I cannot talk about ergonomics all the time. People will get really bored. So I just thought, okay, what skills that I can use, what talent that I can use to bring people to me to have a conversation.
I
And
mean,
I
you
just,
do need to slip it in occasionally, but it's after people have been warmed up. And I absolutely agree with you, because whatever you're doing, you have to make it interesting and you have to make it memorable.
yes,
So hold right there. We're going to
yes.
say hi to, who else have we got? We've got Isabel is saying Karim has a strong personal brand. This is one of the main reasons I follow him.
Isabel is lovely. She's one of my great connections, actually. I love her.
And that's the reason why you came to light on my. I was like, who is this man? And I've also put my order in for my chair. So looks like you've got your fairy dust all over Karim's chair. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Jeff.
I know. We can always rely on Jeff to bring those. Right. Okay. So let's get serious for a moment, if possible. That
Yes.
is. So let's start from the beginning. Just give us a little flavour of you. What was the young Karim like? Let's just get a bit of flavour. Where did you live? Got a big
Yes,
family.
I grown up in a very poor family. My parents migrated from India to Pakistan after the Second World War separation, so they left everything behind. I was 7 years old when we came to the UK as a refugees. And you know what? My parents always told me about the business. They said, you need to get into the business. You need to be something that you can create yourself. We will try to help you. What they're giving me, my parents, is the biggest thing is the education.
Okay.
Right? So they taught us how to be kind to people, educate yourself, be a business person, because that will take you further in the life. But helping more people, find a business that it help people who to improve their quality of life.
So
improve their
really,
life and
this
well-being.
is kind of like part of your family values. They came to this country and wanted the best for themselves and for you all.
For you and for everyone else that they deal with.
And so therefore they instilled within you
Yes,
the
absolutely.
kindness.
You know, every day I get up with a mindset, how can I help someone today to help improve their quality of life? And you know what? This is the mindset we have to be in, because my business is all about health and well-being. If I can look after myself, I can look after my client. So that's why I really, every single day I got my morning routine. I get up 4:30 in the morning. I go for my run. I go for my walk. I go for cycling. I do meditation, and then I start my day by writing a LinkedIn post. So this is my, sorry.
No, it's fine. I was just going to say that you've skipped out at least 20 odd years of your life.
I'm 44 now. But the thing is, look, for me, the bigger message is still my dad is 92. He's at the last stage of his life. But you know, this is what he taught us. My mom passed away when she was 60. And you know what? She passed away so immediately that that changed my life, in a sense, like I need to live for today, not for tomorrow.
Okay. So this is really, really important, because what you're doing is you're carrying on the legacy of your family values in a way, and that's been instilled in you. So that is really what brings that passion out when you're helping people with their well-being within the workplace as well. It's not just within the workplace, but
absolutely,
you know, in their homes or wherever they are. So that's really, really important. So let's just go back. You're a young person. Have you got a big family?
No. So I mean, thing is, my big family. Yes, we got a lot of family in US and Canada. My uncle, aunties, they all live in US. I got an uncle and auntie live in Germany. My wife, she got a very big family. They got like images, 60 people that I have to deal with all the time. Which is always a fun.
Another show there.
Yes, I mean, thing is, you know, when the young Karim, if I look at the young Karim, because I was the only one son. I was a little bit spoiled by my father, but my mom would not let me do it because she understood that if I've been spoiled, so you know what, she will ask me to iron my own clothes, wash my own things, you know, do my own thing. So she really created me as a person to be ready for the next step in the life, rather than spoiling me, you know. So I give her a lot of credit to my mom.
Okay, so that's good.
Yes.
So, wow. Okay, so that's a great foundation. So when you were at school, what were the kind of subjects that you were interested in? Just give us a little feel for that.
So thinking at school, I always studied the business studies because my parents wanted me to be a businessman, an entrepreneur. That's what he wanted me to do. I studied business. Then when I finished school, I went into the college, university. I studied business. I'm a qualified accountant. I'm a CIMA qualified, and I've done 3 degrees. And I paid my degrees and I paid for my university fees by DJing in a student houses when I was young, when I was in a university.
Wow. Do you know what? We wouldn't, I would certainly never have known that you were a DJ and that you were a qualified accountant. There's nothing on your profile at all that says that you're a qualified accountant. So, so it's not just a lovely beard.
It's just not a lovely beard. And you know what? I've been through my struggle as well. You know, I've been through the struggle. Running a business is not easy. And you know what? I'll be very dishonest to yourself when the audience say, I have a very, very good life. No, I don't. You know, but I'm trying to create a better life for myself and for my clients.
And I'll tell you what you're doing. While you're doing that, you're making a lovely impact on other people, because you're improving their lives as well. So not only with your energy and your personality and your brand, but it's in the essence of what you're doing with your ergonomics as well. So let's pause right there for a moment. We've got Isabel, who's just sending some emojis in relation to what was said there. Thank you so much. And Patience, who has said, kindness, you can't beat kindness. Absolutely. So, and we've also got another contribution. Me too. It's like mum dying made me live. She left a great legacy to build on. I knew we had something in common, Karim, and absolutely. So thank you so much for your contribution so far. And we've got someone else as well that's I'll try and identify who that is, but at the moment I identify. And it may be someone else from. You're a very popular person, aren't you?
Thank you.
So, Karim, we've got that whole piece. Your family came to the country. They wanted you to study business so that you can make something for yourself. embedded within that was around sharing and giving kindness. So that was it. So let's kind of fast forward a little bit.
Yes.
Let's fast forward to, okay, so you set up your ergonomics business in 2017, or a business in 2017. So tell us about just a little snippet of that.
So my life has been spent in the corporate. So as I said, I'm a qualified accountant. I studied business all my life. So I worked with companies like ITV. I was there for 10 years. Then I joined the Ford Motor Company, and then I was finance controller for the Schneider Electric. Right. So so I left all that in 2017 to start my own business in 2018, and I just thought, okay, I need to go on the journey. So my first business is called Tech Disinfect, which is still going. So Tech Disinfect, we got a small team of experts, and they physically disinfect IT devices. But when the pandemic hit, we lost literally 90% of that business because all the offices were shut. We lost all the contracts.
Yeah.
Right. So in 2020, because within myself, I got this eager to do something for myself. I'm an entrepreneur rather than a businessman.
So you
right?
reinvented yourself almost.
Yes. So what it is, when I lost my last contract for the Tech Disinfect business, I just thought I need to do something. So I literally, with my pen and paper, I went for 2 hours walk, and every time I get an idea, I will write it down on a piece of paper. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. And by the time I came home, I knew what the company will be called, right? What I'm going to be doing. And I literally launched that same day I lost my last contract. I didn't overthink about it. I just thought, right. So that's where the well-being and ergonomic started, technically. Right. So we started only with the 5 products. Now today.
So let's just get the. Let me just recap this. You started a business in 2017. You wanted to go for it. The pandemic.
Yeah.
Because that was about disinfecting
the IT devices. Yes. Yeah.
IT devices and work surfaces. Because of the pandemic, you couldn't continue with that. It really hit, and you lost a lot of your contracts. So let's just pause right there for a moment, Karim, because there's something in that, isn't there, about, so what's the key message that you can share with the network, the people that are following right now, listening? What is a key message that you learned? A very brief one.
I think the bigger learning for myself, that how can I resist them mentally about this, what just happened to the business that I worked so hard with, and it just gone within a second. But what else I can do? How can I basically push myself, my thinking, my entrepreneurship, my talent, that I can start something new, which I don't have to, I want to keep myself to the workstation. So we technically are workstation specialists. So if you look the business from the Tech Disinfect side or the well-being and ergonomics, we are workstation specialists. That's what we are. I don't want you to keep away from that I've created from the Tech Disinfect. But I think that moment, what you're asking me about, it was very, very hard. I was literally crying. I was in tears, like, what had just happened, what I'm going to do with all this, because there are people that we are working with us as well. It's not only me, it's their families as well, it's their health and well-being, their mental health as well. What can we do for them? So it was a lot of pressure. But as I said, we have to make some hard decisions in the business. We have to do, because we had a hard time ourselves. But what I really learned about myself, that I can literally do something different. If there's another pandemic hit, I can do something. I can move on from one to another, because I created that capability within myself by not overthinking, but doing and taking actions.
Absolutely. So what a fantastic message. So it's about resilience, because you went out, and in the middle of this walk for 2 hours, you took, and it was really thinking about well-being, wasn't it?
Yeah, well-being and ergonomics.
Some things together and gone from there. So with that note, let's just see what's coming in. We've got Isabel. I agree with you. I can relate to what you say. Thank you so much. We've got Jyoti, who's joined us from Cardiff. Welcome, Jyoti.
Hi, Jyoti.
A couple of people here I can't identify. So do just pop your name in, because it's coming up as unidentified, as a LinkedIn user. What a great idea you've got. So we've also got Ellie Aloje. Apologies if I pronounce that incorrectly. Karim is simply amazing. I started following him years ago after a DTX conference in the Excel London. Absolutely, he's amazing. Thank you. So we've got Melody, who's saying the pandemic made you persevere in your creativity. It brought the creativity out of you, didn't it? Because you wanted to succeed in business. And I imagine that it would have really made your mother really proud to know that you've pursued this business journey
Yes.
that she wanted you to go on as well.
Yeah.
And Sophia is saying, definitely daring to do and take action despite fears. Absolutely. Thank you so much for all of your contributions here.
Yeah.
And
Thank
if
you
I
so much,
haven't given
guys.
you a shout out and you are there, I know Gloria has said hello. Yeah, just do come with your questions. And we've also got Victor from Cardiff, as well as
Hi, Victor.
Marcia, who is saying, totally feeling what, totally feeling Karim. There you go.
Thank you.
So you started that business. It didn't go well because of the pandemic. You picked yourself up and created, this piece
Yeah.
around ergonomics. So tell us a little bit about ergonomics. Do people understand what it is? Do they even know what it is?
Yeah. I think the ergonomics is all about, like, for example, at the moment I'm standing up. So it's very good for my posture. When people sit down and work all day, just sitting down, it's kind of like the disease at the moment. The people don't. So when they're young, it's fine. But when they start becoming older, or when they get to the life actually later in the life, that when it impacts more because your spine literally curves. So for me to go into that business wasn't just like I got the name of the business. It's like I start studying the business. What is it like? How can I help it? So I did a lot of training myself as well before it start advising people on ergonomics, because I don't want to be jack of all trades. Actually said, right, okay, you just start the business. So that's why it's taking me a little bit time, about 8 months, to literally study what the ergonomics is. So I started speaking with experts.
I understand because I mean I was watching something on the news today, and it was talking about how there should be early retirement packages for people in trades because of the impact on their bodies.
Yes.
And it was really, the message was really quite strong, and
Yes.
there was a lot of debate around that.
Yeah.
So I can totally get where you're going, that even I was impacted over the pandemic, where I was just sitting in the office for so long. It was like, I need to.
Yeah, I think during the pandemic, a lot of people working from their kitchen tables, they're from their bed, from their sofas. But what they didn't know, that this is their employer's responsibility to look after your well-being, even when you're working from home. They need to do the DSC assessment for you. This is by law. This is their compliance.
Okay.
And a lot of people didn't know about this.
So I'm going to ask you one thing very succinctly.
Yes.
Is any employers that are watching right now, what's the one
Yes.
message that you would give them?
I would just say, before the money, look after your staff well-being. Because if you increase their productivity, if you increase their health and well-being, if you can demonstrate to them that you look after their well-being more than the money, they will look after your business.
So are there some quick tips that they can do? So in terms of it's a workplace assessment, isn't it?
Yeah, so we do the DSC assessment, we do workplace assessment, we do the needs assessment that we can, but the most famous is the DSC assessment. It's like how the workstation is set up, right? And as I said, this is by law that the employers must do it, right? There is a paper one which you can fill it in, but I do not agree with the paper one, because people just tick box what they understand, either is right or wrong. They don't know it, do they? So that's where
you do a lot of posting around
yes.
this, don't you? So you educate people around this.
You educate people, yes, yeah. We give the right advice. I think what it is, when we give the right advice to people, is more sustainable. It will save them money, because people are gonna buy something which is right for them rather than buying something wrong. They can't even return. So it's about saving money as well. Give them a right advice. And for me, whenever I do any assessment, I do it with the heart, because I don't want to play with people's health and well-being. I don't do that.
No, I absolutely appreciate that, Karim. So my next question is, anybody who is employed and working in a hybrid scenario, for example, what's the one tip that you would give to them in terms of their health and well-being and this seating situation?
Yeah. The thing is, look, the thing is, the best ergonomic practice, which I follow myself as well before I give advice to anyone else, is look at your working hour. What does the working hour look like? So in a 1 hour, sit down for 45 minutes, stand up for 15 minutes. In between that time, take the break. Use the 20-20-20 technique, and it means every 20 minutes you look away something which is 20 feet away for 20 seconds, which is good for your eyes. So ergonomics is just not about just how you sit down, is how you look after your overall health and well-being.
So 20-20-20.
Yeah, it's called the 20-20-20 technique, actually. Yes.
Okay, because
Yeah.
one of the things, I mean, I must admit that even when I was working at home in the pandemic and sitting in the office, I used to get really bad headaches. And
Yes.
I said to my husband one time, you know, I've got
Yeah.
headaches, so he bought me some blue.
Yeah, the blue light filters you can get. I mean, I got
Yeah,
my on my
it
screen as
really
well.
helped. Just
Yes.
took off the artificial light,
Yeah.
opened the blinds, opened the
Yeah.
windows, fresh air instead of all the fans. Just
Yes.
some of these simple things, topping up my water, it really, really helped me. You
Yes.
know, and these are
I mean,
things
we
that
have helped so many clients actually. We help so many clients. For us, for me, and for us as a business as a whole, it's all about how you can help people with their mindset as well. So, for example, at the moment where I'm standing, I can see the window there, right? I saw some people going like this, and they're getting so much reflection of the light they can't even see. They got a blurry image. So we ask them to move. So we don't just go and provide anything. We look into how people are gonna use a workstation to improve their health and well-being. So we just not like provide supplying desk and chair. It's all about how you're gonna use that and for how long and how you're gonna maximize the benefit of it.
I know, and there's some people that are working out of like cupboard
Yes.
places and
Yeah.
no light. And I remember I was in an office once, it was a shared office, and I
Yeah.
wanted this particular desk. This was ages ago, this is years ago, and it was by the light, and I thought, I'm going to do anything
Tony,
possible.
shall I give you a number? Shall I give you a number? Anyone can go to the Office for National Stats number and look at the sickness, right? If you look at the table, right, mosquito lethal issues is number 3. 2.3 billion is costed UK businesses because people got some kind of mosquito lethal issue.
Absolutely.
2.3 billion.
I believe it. So let's just bring in some of these comments here.
Yeah, sure.
So we've got hi Stella, lovely to have you here.
Hi, Stella.
Very, very soon. So thank you for joining. Stella's HR director, so very experienced in this area here. So Luke is
I
style.
love Luke.
Well, we don't want you for ergonomics, we want you for style tips. Love your style, enthusiasm, and genuine all-round brilliance. And absolutely, thank you, Luke. I would second that. And the desire, we can feel the passion, the desire to help people. So we've got somebody that's saying Karim is definitely a go-getter. Absolutely. He's contagious. And I done a post today on LinkedIn about how you start the week and how you start your day. It's actually contagious. So if you're in that negative energy vibration, then, you know, but I can't see that with you at all. So Ray Locke is saying Karim is one of those people who has energy.
Thank you, Ray.
Never change. You're an inspiration. Absolutely. Early retirement for the trades is a good idea. Well, this is it, because it really started making me think as well about if you're in a practical manual. You know, there was people that was arguing against it, saying that, well, actually, we need buildings, we need trades, we need all this. So if they retire early, then what have we got? You know, but then they settled on, well, what they need to do is train younger people. But ultimately, there is a real problem here, and it's something that we're not really considering.
Yeah, I mean, I recently signed up with this college in Manchester, and what we're going to be doing, we're going to be start training younger generation about technique issue, which is like they're using their mobile phones like this all the time. They're on the gaming, so we're going to be helping them understand how the ergonomic can, you know, better their life when they are at my age, right? Because when I was growing up, I did not have any of this technology. Right, I was playing outside. I was playing cricket outside. I playing football outside, badminton, table tennis, all this. You know, I did not have any computers things or the games. I don't play games. So you know what? I did not have all these kind of thing. But the new generation has all this, and for them, for me, the biggest worry for them is that issue that the ergonomics it should be a very critical point for them to understand, because they're gaming all the time.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's push on, so that we don't run out of time.
Yes,
so
sure.
We've got someone saying correct, Karim. Thank you so much. Do identify who you are. So we've got Susan that's saying support good health for your employees. Absolutely, and but the thing about it is, I think what the emphasis that you're making, Karim, is it's not just in the workplace.
Yes.
It's outside of the workplace.
Outside the workplace as well.
So that's really, really important. And if you're an employer, then your responsibility extends there. If you are an employee, then these are the things that you need to bring to your managers and leaders as a right. Bit of advice, brilliant bit of advice. A happy employee, one that feels valued and looked after, will work with passion for your business. Absolutely. I'm an advocate of that as well. Bringing compassion in the business, not empathy and sympathy.
Only in the workplace, what I've seen, how we can help women in the workplace. And you know what? I'm just saying, because as a son, you know, as a husband, as a brother, I'm saying this, you know, we haven't been looked after our women in the workplace. Because tell me one workplace who has got the maternity chair in the workplace. You will not get the answer for it. What about the women with menopause? Because their work session has to be a little bit different than the others for good reasons.
And
right?
absolutely, and I think that this is the piece where, you know, where you've got the stats and you've got the evidence that it makes a difference, because some of these things are not necessarily at the top of their agenda. You know, everyone's got limited budgets, so it's about why is this a priority, and it's a priority because of this.
So,
so,
you know, it's a prostate cancer in men is rising all the time. If you look at the stats again, and it's all because the man is just sitting down all day, right, and just working, and for they developing prostate cancer by just sitting down all day.
Okay, well, that's a really cool tip that even I wasn't aware of, and so that's great. So let's just carry on, because we are pushing for time now. And so you would think these practical solutions would be implemented, however, it would be too much like right. So thank you so much, Marcia. We've got the employer needs to assess their home workstation too. Absolutely. Contribution here from Stella, saying the responsibility of the employer for their employees is also no longer 9 to 5 in the office. Being a genuinely caring employee extends well beyond this. Well-being for high performance in life and at work. Thank you so much, Stella. And we've got one from Melody. Your energy is amazing, Karim. No doubt a result of economics you practice as well as your mindset. Thank you. And Stella, the responsibility of your employer is okay. We've mentioned that one already. So it came up there twice. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
A question, just, you know, we are not able to answer any more questions or contributions, but I do want to thank everybody that's participated so far.
Thank you.
A couple of real key things I just want to ask you is what is the single most important thing people can learn from you? One thing, Karim, not 5, just one thing that they can learn from you and your story.
Be patient, because business just doesn't come straight away. You need to wait for it. You need to work for it. And you know what? LinkedIn is such a great platform that you can, you know, last week we had the Peter Jones, wasn't it? We had the Peter Jones last week.
Yes.
Right? Look, this guy, we supplied him some sit and desk with them. I've never met the guy. I just connected with him through LinkedIn.
Absolutely.
And you know what? It's just how you can provide, be patient. And this is something he mentioned, is the be patient,
okay,
you know.
So let's just take that. Be patient. All right. And as your song says, chair, call me.
Call me.
Have a bad back.
Call me.
Need some well-being. Call me.
Call me.
So what else can people call you for, Karim?
I mean, thinking people can call me if you need any right advice when you're looking to buy either the workstation setup at home or in the workplace. If you need the right advice, because there are so many different product types, right? So many different types. What is the right for you? Is it sustainable, right?
Okay.
Is it smart? Is it safe?
That's good. So let's just round off a couple of things that you said. So we've highlighted the fact that it's the employer's responsibility
Yes,
in and outside of the workplace.
Yes.
The employee, there's some quick tips that they can take on board. Quick tips, move around. You know, I've got my smart
and do not be afraid to ask your employer about doing your DSC assessment. If you're suffering from the bad back or if you have any kind of musculoskeletal issues, you speak to your employer, because you do not. They need to know.
I've got my smartwatch, and every 45 minutes it tells me I've been sitting too long. That's how I set it for. So I get up and start moving around. So little things like that people can get from your from your posts and by connecting with you on LinkedIn or checking your website and things like
Yes.
that. So on that note, Karim, I just
Yes.
want to say thank you. So many
Thank you so much for having me.
nuggets, so many gems, tips on how people can look after themselves. If you didn't know much about ergonomics, now you do. And also the message about how personal brand is key. So
Yes.
on that note, I just want to say thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Karim.
Thank you. And if people have any questions, feel free to ask me through LinkedIn.
Absolutely. And I think the overarching message is about well-being should be number one. And
Yes.
it impacts you in so many different ways. And, just sitting down, like you said, about prostate cancer and maternity chairs, it affects you in so many different
Yes.
ways that you don't really realize. And this is
Absolutely.
the overarching message today. So on that note, I just want to say, we've got Stella that's saying she's definitely going to connect with you. And
Thank you,
got
Stella.
Tab that's saying thank you. It's been great. Good to hear your story. Karim as well, and Sarah who is saying consistency is my takeaway.
Absolutely.
I hope you got a few more takeaways as well. So really, I just want to say thank you to Sarah, Trevor, Isabel, John, Maymani, Tabs, Jeff Young. Thank you so much for joining. Marcia, Gloria in Cardiff. We have also got Patience over there in the UK as well.
Yes.
Jyoti from Cardiff. We've got hi from Adesso. I'm not sure who that was. Sarah from Ohio. Someone else from London. Sophia. Victor as well from Cardiff. And you brought quite a few stars out today. Susan, we've got Ray. I'm going to try and mention everybody. Stella, Melody from Massachusetts, and great energetic show.
Thank you, Jeff.
Show, and it has been brilliant. Thank you so much for being an absolutely amazing guest, Karim.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You are absolutely welcome, and do check him out. Check out his work. And
thank you everyone who joined us today.
That's
so much.
Absolutely great. Thank you, everyone. And I'll be here next week. Another fabulous guest in the hot seat, not the hot chair, but in the hot seat. So look out, and bye for now. Thank you for spending time with me and my guest today on Critical Reflections with Your Critical Friend. Today, you got just a very, very small sprinkling of Tony's fairy dust. But if you'd like more, then do reach out. For speaking or hosting, it's TonyMcClelland.com. For social impact, social justice, or social mobility, check out our work at firstlifegroup.com. I look forward to hearing from you. In the meantime, feel encouraged, be inspired, be empowered, and make a difference. Bye for now.